Alright, can you guys hear me? Can you guys see? Alright, let me make sure on both ends so you guys can see me and hear me. 1 second. So we have red folders. We have red folders tomorrow, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. I'll check in a little bit, but yo. Alright, let's get started. Let's go MQ. Alright. Okay, so first things first, obviously our previous day high. Alright. We're above 30,000. We're at 30,500. This is actually insane. Previous day high. Mark that up. Let's go previous day low. Alright, cool. So obviously right, like the alert's not working. Trading view is already slacking. Man. Okay. So pretty much we're just pushing higher, right? We retested a daily break, simple support and resistance retest. If we look at the 4-hour, we did come in and retest the 4-hour here, but I don't think we tapped into the yeah, we didn't even tap into the 50% or anything. So what I would want to see is if we're gonna even consider downside, it would be break below previous day low on the 4-hour as well. So that's what I would want to see here on NQ. So let's see that, and then I don't know why the alerts aren't working. It's okay, I'll fix that later. Okay, so 4-hour. Let's go into the 1-hour real quick. 1-hour is obviously bullish as well. We broke above this high here. All right, we broke above the high here. Our lowest low was this one. So once we broke above, we came to hold it. So this right here is our 1-hour low. All right. So can't even set alerts because it's not working. Previous day high, 1-hour low. We broke above the previous day high on the hourly. So this is a sign of continuation to the upside. So if it wants to continue higher, we can grab our fibs from the low to the high of the hourly here, and then just mark up the 50% on the hourly. 1 hour seller here. Oh, I forget, bro. Okay, we'll come back to that. The hourly imbalance. Cool. All right, so we broke above on the hourly. We want to see continuation. We break below a. So okay, this is where the 1-hour 50% is at. So if we come and retest this 50% here, but we hold this 15-minute low here, which is double bottom, what we could see honestly is 15-minute low. What we could see is it could come down into this low here to sweep this double bottom and then push up, as long as it holds a 15-minute low. If it breaks below this 15-minute low here, I'll look for downside. I will no longer look for upside here. So all really depends. If we come and retest the hourly 50%, hold this, look for upside. If it does not hold 34.50 on the 15-minute, don't even look for a continuation to the upside. Just look for downside there. That's pretty much for NQ here. Let's go to ES now. Bro, I don't know why it's all tripping out. See, that's what it was. You didn't even sign me in. Bruh. Okay. See, that's the problem. Okay, alright, hold on, YouTube. How can I pause? How can I pause the stream? Can I even pause it? Alright, I'm gonna stop the stream real quick. I'm gonna restart it so I can sign in because I gotta put in my credentials, blah, blah, blah. 1 second. Or can I? Oh, hold on. I could probably just. Can you guys still see the screen on YouTube? Discord, can you guys see my screen? Actually, Discord. Here, I'm gonna remove it too. Alright, you guys can just hear me. Let me just make sure this changed on both ends. I want you guys having my fucking number. 1 second. You know you be having a bunch of weird ass people. That's why their alerts weren't working. It's loading up again. Come back. Hold on. Come back. Alright. Alright, can you guys see now? YouTube and then Discord. Can you guys see now? Everyone can see? It should be back to normal for everyone. Yeah, you're welcome, bro. You won that account. Good job, bro. Okay, see how all this, bro, it didn't even save the one I just did. I'm gonna have to redo NQ. Bro. No wonder the alerts weren't working. I knew I wasn't tripping. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna redo this shit. Alright, we're gonna redo NQ. I'm gonna do it fast. Alright, so let's remove these real quick. People just joined anyway, so it's okay. So previous day high. Previous day high. Previous day low. Okay, 4 hour. Same thing as my previous day low. 4 hour low. Cool. Put that right here. See if the alerts are working now. Yep, they are. That needs to remove. Previous day high. 1 hour. 1 hour low. It's my 1 hour low right here. Take my fibs from the hourly real quick. Boom, Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Bombastic. Draw my 50% right here. 1 hour. Draw my imbalance here. 1 hour. I'm not trading Asia. I'm not trading it. I'm just marking up for the week. We're doing an overview for the week. We're just charting up. We're not trading right now. I don't like trading Sundays. I don't trade Sundays nor Mondays, and I don't like trading Asian session. But I specifically don't trade Sunday or Mondays. It's just not worth it for me. Too many news over the weekend to be able to want to trade the the open. Okay, so we got the levels marked up. I will trade it tomorrow since we have red folders if we can break this 15-minute low for downside. If we don't, then I'll just come back on Tuesday. Let's go ahead and look at ES. Let's look at ES. Let's go ahead and delete this and start from scratch. Previous day high. So we're above previous day high and previous day. We're above previous day high on both NQ and ES. So previous day high. Previous day low. Okay, let's go into the 4 hour. We slightly tapped into this, so this is the same for me here. My previous day low is my 4 hour low as well. 4 hour low. Okay, let me break it down into my hourly now. My 1 hour. 1 hour. This was a previous high before we went down. Rejected, broke above. Where's the last point? 1 hour low is right here. We swept that, we held it. So this is my 1 hour low right here. 1 hour low. Boom, set alert. Okay. This is, oh, see, okay, so see the difference here? Wait, actually, I think we did break above too. Yeah, we broke above the hourly on both NQ and ES, so then we can take our fibs from ES as well. Bro, Apollo on his toy. I don't know if you guys can hear the squeaky. 1 hour, 50% here. Set my alert. Remove this. I know this is a gap. 1 hour imbalance. 30-minute, 15-minute. If this 15-minute here, right? If this 15-minute here is a new low, and we break above, we actually did though. This is the last up move before the down move. Okay, so this is our new 15-minute low here. Does everyone understand why that's my 15-minute low? Does everyone understand that? Why that's my 15-minute low right there? Yes, right. That's my last down move that caused a break above the high for continuation. That was my high here that broke above this one, and we broke above it even further with this high here. We find the lowest point, which is here. So in this situation, there's two things that can happen right now. In 3 minutes and 22 seconds, we can close below the previous day high on the 4 hour. The 4 hour closes in those next 3 minutes. So if we do close below the 4 hour, below previous day high on the 4 hour time frame, and then we break below the 15-minute, that's pretty obvious for short side, especially if we can break the 7600 psych level as well. That will mean it'll try to push into the hourly low and then try to sweep the previous day low and 4 hour low here. But if we break above it on the 4 hour, I'd really be careful trying to short that, to be honest. So just depends what it wants to do here. Let's go and chart up QQQ. We're done with ES. Let's do this too here on the larger time frame real quick. Previous day high, obviously new all-time highs here, so I'm just gonna mark it blue. Previous day high, previous day low. We did leave a gap there on the daily on NQ, right? Oh, sorry, on QQQ. So previous day low. We have this daily imbalance here, so that means we can take our fibs from the daily time frame. So daily imbalance here, take our fibs from the low to the high. And then if we can get a retracement of the 50% here, we can look for reaction. That doesn't mean you're going to smack it right away, right? For upside, you're going to wait to see higher reaction in that zone. And if you have a, right now we'll find out if we have a low around that time, around that zone there on the smaller time frame, meaning the hourly or the 15-minute or 30-minute. If there is, and then we hold that, then obviously we can look for upside. But if we break below that low and we tap into the daily, I'd be cautious trying to long that. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about right now. But let's just go ahead and mark that up. Let's go to our 4 hour, same thing here. Let's go into an hourly. Okay, so for example here, our previous day low was, was this one right here, right? So our hourly low, the lowest point is this one, the last down move that caused a break above the high with the gap up. So this is two ways you can play this, right? If you're looking for upside continuation, you'd want to see it come and tap into the daily 50%. So something like this, come down here, tap this, and then hold this low on the hourly to push up. Now, if that hourly low breaks, right? If this hourly low breaks, this is what I see for downside. Break, retest, right shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So there's two scenarios. It taps into this, holds the hourly, look for longs. If it comes down here, breaks the hourly, and it's going to retest it, it's also going to be a buy to sell setup. So it just depends what the market wants to do there, right? So we'll be prepared for the rest of the week. At least we know both sides we can play, upside or downside in this situation. Does everyone understand that? Does everyone understand why I'm looking for this zone and why I've been waiting, pretty much just being patient in that area? Yeah, same thing as the hourly and the 15. So I really want to go small time from there. So let's go to SPY now. What's the upside scenario? I'll do it on SPY right now. But the upside scenario was if we tap the 50% on the daily and we hold the hourly low, we look for upside. But if we break below the hourly low, bro, we'll look for downside. Previous day high. Also, Marco, well, everyone that's taking the mentorship, remember that starts tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central. So you guys literally watch tomorrow's first class. You guys are gonna learn a lot. I really can't wait to see how you guys do just in 1 week. But you guys got it. You guys got it. So previous day low. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. We have the daily here too. So we take our fibs from the low to the high. And this is the daily 50%. So daily, boom, daily optimal here. Okay. My daily premium here. Okay, let's go 4 hour. Let's go 1 hour. Same thing here. If we break below the hourly low, this situation's right. Let me see. Up, down. Yeah. If we can break below the hourly low here, then I'll look for downside. If we come and tap into the daily 50% and hold this hourly low here, I'll look for upside. Same thing here. Same thing. Left shoulder, head. Could be the right shoulder, but I don't want to say that without any more, you know, data within this range here. We need more data really for me to see what it really wants to do. So that's why I'm being patient, trying to wait. Explanation, bro. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I try to keep it very simple for you guys. So the way I trade it, guys, is I use larger time frame levels, all right, to find my reaction. I always like to say reaction because it's never guaranteed it's going to do what you want it to do in that area. So for instance here, right, I have a larger time frame levels. Now, this is where I expect it to bounce. Does that mean I'm going to buy immediately there? No, because remember, there's always news. There's always something that could happen. So if we approach this area and we have a market structure shift to the downside bearish, right, on the hourly or 4 hour, why would I want to try longs here if the market clearly told me, hey, we shifted to the downside here if this breaks, right? Now, scenario number 2, why would I try to short if we already came to retest a daily level and we held those larger time frames, the hourly or 4 hour low? That's how I trade, and that's what you know made me profitable and be consistent. It's just waiting for those larger time frame levels and matching them up with the smaller time frames. You guys will hear me say all the time, time frames work as a domino effect, right? So obviously, if the 1 hour is going to break here, it's going to target the 4 hour and then the daily, right? In that situation, you then go look for your 4 hour low, and then where's your 4 hour low in this scenario? It's all the way down here. So then you know that, okay, if it breaks the hourly and it can't bounce up off the daily levels, it's going to try to target your 4 hour low down here, right? Simple as that. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't ask too many questions. Just keep it very, very simple. Does everyone understand that? Any questions before I get off today? What's your confirmation before entering a trade? Making sure almost every single time frame matches to the same direction I'm looking to trade. So, for example, yes, I'll fix it right now, Drew. So for example, like I said, if we come in here and then say like this is a perfect example, Naveen. Let's say we tap into here and we do hold the hourly. You already know that the 5-minute and 15-minute is going to be bearish. So we do know that it's going to bounce off a larger time frame, the hourly held. Let's say that this here is your 5-minute high. I will have to wait for a shift on the 5-minute high and retrace that to continue higher. So meaning I have a reaction that I was expecting off my larger time frame. Now I am waiting for my smaller time frame to switch back bullish as well. So that way everything matches, the larger time frame matches, and now my smaller time frame matches. So it's a whole domino effect. And that's when I take in entries, making sure every single time frame matches on the direction I'm looking to take. Why? Because that makes my risk very minimal. If I'm taking it just off a larger time frame, if I'm trying to try longs here, my invalidation is here. Compare if I'm trying to try longs here, my invalidation will be this low here, and my target is going to be the high, right? And if I'm trying to try longs here, my stop loss is here, and my target is here. What trade would you want to take? Trade A or trade B? Which one would you prefer taking? Trade A or trade B? Everyone in this chat. Trade A or trade B? Trade A. Why would y'all want to try trade A? Because it's what? Minimal risk, right? Exactly, because it's minimal risk. That is why I would prefer that. Sorry, let me just. I'm trying to find this one. Why is my computer like? Yeah, but it minimizes your risk for you, so that's the biggest thing. Menti, and he gets. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, so that's for minimal risk. That's the reason why. Bigger risk reward. Exactly, bro. Hope that makes sense to you. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I wanted to go over, just what we expect. So tomorrow's red folder, so I'd want to be patient, see what the market wants to do. Um, Obviously, you guys gotta understand that you don't have to trade every day. You don't have to trade every second, and you have to know when to trade, when not to trade. Like stuff like this is you gotta think to yourself, why do you want to trade and what are you gonna trade? We're at the highest point the market has ever gone, ever, right? How do we know where else it can head? We don't know. So why would you trade this off of hoping, think it's gonna go higher and you can just reject? Why would you also want to short this if you have no confirmation to short it? This right now is currently in a market that you just wait. You just sit it out and you wait. Unless you want to gamble longs off open, say we're gonna go higher, you long it, fuck it, you gamble, you got lucky, cool. That only works a couple times, but like trying to trade in a profitable way, this is something you don't trade in my opinion. But yeah, let's rest. What's the ES upside downside scenario? I didn't catch the same way. Here I'll show you right now, Marco. Marco, I feel like you're gonna be one of you're gonna be like one of the best students, one of my best students. I can already tell, bro. I can already tell because I love the questions you ask, bro. And you're already kind of ahead. You're already advanced, so I like that. I like that. So here for ES, bro, we did close above on the 4 hour. So even trying to short this would be kind of sketchy for me since we did close above the 4 hour right now. I would try it if the 15-minute breaks, but honestly, that's just going to be to try to target the hourly 50%. That risk to reward isn't it for me. I'd rather just wait for, more confluence, maybe a deeper retracement on the hourly into here to make sure it fills all the gaps and then make sure it holds a structure, bullish around here. Then I'll look for upside. But if we break the hourly low, I'll look for downside. So tomorrow there's news at 9 a.m. Central. It's a red folder, so 9 a.m. Central is when the news happens. I'm probably gonna wait till then to see if the market's even gonna present a setup or any opportunity. For now, the market can keep heading higher, but I don't know how much higher. No one knows. We're all time highs. No one knows how much higher it can go. Could you just long it to long it? Yeah, but what's your risk to reward? It's uh exactly. Yeah, trade B takes more than a day. Exactly. But yeah, I hope this makes sense for you guys. I don't know if you guys noticed, but on Friday, Nvidia and Intel had a fucking crazy sell off. Look at this. This was nasty off the open. That's sorry, not off the open, off the close. $7 rejection is crazy. I don't know what's happening, but on the 4 hour, this looks nice. Look at this, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. But on the daily time frame, this can just be another retracement to continue into here. So Nvidia does show for me that it wants to continue lower into this zone here, right? But I want to say that we did bounce off the 50%. Yeah, 50% was here. So if we can tap into the premium, I will love Nvidia here, right? This would be nice. So let's just mark this up real quick on the daily. This is for my option, folks. So we can have a nice play for this week. I'll be looking at Nvidia. That's one of the setups I like. We can look at the 4 hour real quick. See, the 4 hour still bare. Yeah, the hourly. See, the hourly went bearish again. We broke above, we broke below. So this needs to stay below this high. If we break above the high, I'll be just longs. But for now, this is what we're currently going to look at on Nvidia. It's going to be a retracement. To try to short it into this area. So retracement to 214, 215 to sell it off into 205 pretty much. That's what I'm expecting for Nvidia. I think there was some news a little bit earlier ago. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna check all that right now. Still checking all the news, but I'm just trying to look at the chart first before I look at news. I don't like relying on news before even looking at the chart. I want to look at the chart first, and then then the news will. Then I'll see. Okay, this is why this news came out. It's gonna try to do this here, here, and here. But let me just mark this up real quick. That's pretty much it there. Okay, cool. There is some event in Taiwan this week. Probably tech stocks were exploded. Event successful. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Can you go over some examples of valid and invalid order blocks? You're gonna silent drip. You're gonna learn that in the mentorship. Don't get ahead of yourself. I promise you guys are gonna learn that. And the ones that signed up for the mentorship, you're gonna learn that. For the ones that didn't sign up for the mentorship, there's a couple of videos that explain that. But I don't want to tell you just yet, Silent, because the way I'm gonna teach it to you guys is in a linear form that is gonna make sense, and you're gonna see why I taught it like that. So just be a little bit more patient with me. I promise. I promise. You'll understand it within 2 weeks. But we start tomorrow. This is for options. Never just for options. So we do sometimes use it for Confluence, but this is just options realistically, bro. So this is just for my options, folks. But Silent Drip, just a quick rundown of invalid order block. It just me. It's so. See, so okay, cool. Order blocks are literally formed after a high or a low break. So let's say a bullish order block, right? A bullish. This is your highs and lows, right? No, never mind. Never mind. No, no, no. I'm not gonna teach you. You're gonna learn this tomorrow. Because then you're gonna get confused when I'm actually teaching. Just forget. I'll teach you. I promise I'll teach you it. Yeah, because I'm gonna get ahead. I'm gonna get in flow state right now. I'm gonna go too quick. I prefer going slow in the mentorship than going fucking fast as fuck right now. My bad. You scared? Oh no. That's my fault. My fault. I got you. I got it. But yeah, YouTube. I'm in the stream real quick. If you guys have no more questions, that's pretty much it. On YouTube, you guys still get. I don't remember. I think it's still up 30%. You guys get off for WAP if you guys want to sign up. But other than that, peace out. Maybe there's a live stream tomorrow. There is a red folder, so we'll see. But I really don't want to trade up here